Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Scott, and we're back. We're playing some more Dragon Eclipse. What did we do last time? We went back to the caves, to the ruins that we found. We found a few items, nothing major here, and I think now we could go back to Cairberg. We could go and explore this area, which we've been to, but I think we're going to go over here, which is D0, and start Cold Trail. So a bit of a recap. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I'd obviously recommend going and watching those if you're looking to keep up with the series, and obviously that will give you a better recap than I can give you right now. But we came out of the ruins. There was an eclipse. There was a fight with Guardian, a giant dragon that stuck its belly in the rift in time and space and to a different portal. But some things got through, it seems like, and a dark creature we had to fight, a Shadeclaw, and more importantly, the Shadeclaw's owner. He fled, or he or she or they fled into this area, and we had a choice to make. Do we go back to Cairberg to help the people after an earthquake, or do we go and follow the trail? We chose to go to Cairberg, which means this trail has probably gone even colder than the cold trail, but I may have made a decision on the fact that this is called the Cold Trail. So right, let's do that. We're going to D0. Let's see if there's any art or anything that we can have a little look at. D0, here we go. There is some very nice art, and let's get into it, shall we? We'll start this. I might have to put a cut in just while we do this, because we're going to have to build decks. We've got a load of new cards that we should be trying to use. We need to choose which mislings we've got, and which ones we're going to use. Last time out, we tamed we had a random encounter where we tamed a Leah, but we've got a few that we could potentially use. Let's just have a little look at what we do have. We have the young Emberling that we could use. This is one of the starting mislings. We've got a load of fire cards that we could be using. We have the Elkthorn, which we tamed in an earlier episode. He was hunting other mislings. We have Galomo, who we've used before. Very slow but pretty tanky, 24 health. And then we've got the Lear, even more tanky, 31 health. Sorry, I don't mean to stick my middle finger up at you. 31 health, but again, not so much movement from him. But equally, a bit of a wind elemental as well, so could be really strong. So we need to choose one of these, or I think we'll take our young Luminesca with us. That seems to be our mascot. But usually these have a bit of a hint on them. So we'll figure out what we've got. Let's get into the info and we'll go from there. So D100, no, D0. Here we go.
You are ceaselessly troubled by the memory of the ominous arrivals who have slain the Dragon Guardian. Their shadowy shapes come to your mind the moment you close your eyes and haunt every dream. The only thing you know about them is that they come from another reality and have emerged in yours during the eclipse when the barrier between the worlds was torn. Even more disturbing is their apparent ability to use terrible powers. Otherwise, how would they have managed to kill a formidable legendary dragon? All things considered, the arrivals may pose a serious threat to Cairberg. Therefore, you must track them down and figure out if they are as sinister as they seem. And if it is so, find a way to stop them. Also, since they are presumably connected to the eclipse, perhaps you will learn a thing or two about the nature of that world-shaping disaster.
Okay, so we need to figure out what these visions are. Hints: powerful, agile wind and darkness enemies. This is under combat. I don't know if that means we should be using those, or we're going to come up against those. I suspect we're going to come up against those: powerful, agile, and darkness. So we're definitely taking our young Luminesca. We've got the Furple, who we've used a few times, but the only one we've got that's wind is the Lear, and he's more fire than wind. But Never mind. Okay. Other. Food may come in handy. We don't have any. Food is a special type of equipment, and it would have a little food icon on. We don't have any of those, unfortunately. What else have we got? Choose 2 mistlings to accompany you during the scenario. I think we've chosen them. We're going to take the Lear and the Luminesca. We've got to build their deck. Perform deck construction. I'll do that off camera. If you want to see it, you'll have to let me know in the comments. And we'll maybe do a separate sort of episode where we build the deck. But there's not a huge amount to the deck building. But obviously there's some choices to make around. Make sure you've got enough movement cards. The last combat we had, I wasn't convinced that we had enough damage to do 5 in one hit or one turn. So, making sure you've got those things covered. If you choose 2 mistlings to accompany you on scenario, perform the deck construction. If you have the time passes status, go to script D58. Now, this is where I think this cold trail has got even colder because we didn't have this. We could have got out of Cairburg without getting it, I think, potentially, but we took too long. Otherwise, read on. So that's it, and then we go to a different script if we don't have it. So we need to build our deck. I'll put a cut in here. I'll build the decks for Lear and young Luminesca, and then we'll be back. Okay, we are back and we're about to head into Cold Trail. We're taking our young Luminesca and our Lear with us. A little bit worried about the Lear's movement, but we've done our best to counteract that in the deck we've built. One thing I was struggling with, and I'm still struggling a little bit, is we had a fight with the Furple last episode, and it was in a Z location over here. We took some damage. We took 13 damage, and since then, we wasn't told to heal at the end of that. Since then, we've then built our deck without the Furple. So I don't know whether the damage we took as the Furple stays with the Furple, transfers over to be split between these two, or if it's disregarded. I can't find anything in the rulebook unless I'm missing it. However, it does tell me. I went on the Awaken Realms AI rules and chatbot, and it says, my question was, I went to the Z location on the world map and took some damage on my Furple. I'm now moved to Scenario D, and it tells me to choose my starting mistlings. I have not chosen to take the Furple, and does the damage I took on the Furple transfer over to my other 2 starting mistlings, or does it get discarded? The answer is damage is not saved between scenarios, including Z locations. Therefore, any damage taken by your Furple during the Z location will not transfer to your other starting mistlings in the D scenario. All damage is discarded at the end of scenario, so your new starting mistlings will begin the D scenario without any damage. Rulebook page 26. So if I go to page 26 of the rulebook, and I don't know if this is probably a moot point because we're not taking the Furple, so we're not going to fight with a Purple. The only question is whether damage comes with us. So if we go to page 26 of the I've missed it. I've missed page 26. Here we go. No, I've still missed it. Hold on. After the scenario, gain access to new scenarios. Take a card from the world map. Flip the cards over if told to do so. Opening boosters, gaining advancements cards, discard all fatigue cards. Fatigue is not saved between scenarios. Remove all fatigue cards and place them in the deck. Fully heal mistlings. Damage is not saved between scenarios. Discard all damage on both mistlings. Saving the game. If your game can be saved after finishing a scenario, place both mistlings in the party divider. If you want to save the deck you constructed at the beginning of the next scenario, you may place them here as well. Place the rest of your action cards behind the unlock cards. Place all of your equipment card. Return all remaining components to the box. Okay. So that's that. So that doesn't really clear it up. So I asked the AI bot a very simple question. Are Z locations on the world map considered scenarios? No, the Z icons on the world map are not considered scenarios. They represent explored locations that you can revisit at a time. So I think I'm going to just house rule it. Because we're not taking the Furple with us, I'm going to say that damage is kind of negated, and while the Furple's not with us, he's healing. Feels to me like a standard, a pretty sensible house rule. I don't think it makes sense to transfer it across. And if I find anything different, we'll play it differently from that point onwards. But something a little bit unusual to come up against. Who knows on that one? Right, let's go back to the actual app. I haven't really shown you the app. Let's just do that as well, because it's pretty plain. You simply go in, you choose your save scenario. It doesn't actually save anything in the app. It's just prompting you for the locations that you're going to. So we are going to D58 because we have the time passes tick box. I think this is going to be bad news. We've wasted some time and they'll have got away. Here we go.
You leave the town and head for the battlefield. But when you get there is nothing particularly interesting to behold but a few discarded broken weapons and the mound that used to be the body of the Dragon Guardian. It is not of your concern, though. You have come here to pick up the trace of the uncanny assailants from the world of dark. Their trace has almost run cold, but you managed to find what is left of it. The few tracks you spotted go south. The dark tree canopies block out the light of the day. There is an anxiety in your heart as you enter the sinister forest, but you cannot hide your excitement. After all, life in Kayberg hasn't been that interesting.
Okay. Go to script D13. Interesting, this would have taken it. I do like finding out the inner workings of these. This would have taken us to D13 as well. So, not sure we're
You follow the forest path, desperately looking for tracks. But there are almost none. The invaders left a lot of tracks in the fight, but the farther they ran, the more attention they paid to erasing their trail. You suspect they must have had an earth mistling to help them. Suddenly, a gust of wind envelops you, and you notice a Windraiser cowering behind a tree. You approach slowly, fairly sure you're facing a runaway from Kayberg, and speak to it in a relaxing manner, which turns out to be a terrible mistake. This Windraiser is wild. The creature hisses at you with fury. Great. A full-grown Windraiser is no small challenge.
Oh, good. Hold on, let's just go to D13 in case there's anything we need to see. Nothing here. Let's fuck this out of the way, because I suspect we're going to have some combat. Arena card 34. Let's find that. Arena card 31, 32, 33. I tell you what's getting tight in this. Oh, I had it and then I lost it. It's getting tight in this box. We're going to the springs. Always seems a little bit weird. Okay, let's pick up our crap. We can put these over here somewhere. Pick up our coins and our essence. There we go. Okay. Enemy, Windraiser card, 71, 72, and 73. Windraiser. Okay, not the frightened Windraiser. We're going with 170. What do we need? 171. There's 172. There's 171. And there's 173. Perfect. Okay. You can go back in the deck. Okay. So, Windraiser time. We are going to Arena Map 3. Have I got that here? I have. It's underneath this one. Perfect. That's always a result. Okay. Let's switch to this one. And we'll get this set up. We're fighting the Windraiser. We'll find out a little bit more about those. Start the combat. Nothing else to do other than set up what we need to set up. So we'll be right back once we've done that. We'll talk through who we're facing, what we're facing, how we're facing it, and we'll go from there. Okay, we are back and we're about to get into combat with the Windraiser. Just for reference, the Windraiser is this one here with the the big wavy arms. We're this one with the little quiff. We are the Lear. Look at the Lear's little face. Look at their little face. Oh, looks so disheartened with everything. I turned autofocus on, so I can't really show you. That one's probably not any good either. Can we go into this? Is that any better? There you go. Look at his sad little face. Oh, Okay, where were we? So there's a lot to go through. So we have the Windraiser over here. The Windraiser has 20 health, does 2 damage, and moves 3. Has a deck of, let's just go through it, a deck of 2 triangles, 3 circles, 3 squares. Special ability is on 2. And the additional setup, place a tornado in each of the upside down umbrella spaces. There you go, you can see those there. If we turn this over, there is quite a lot to this card. The first thing is move, if they do a circle, they move 1 tornado that is closest to the opponent but not in range 1 or in a space with the opponent by 1 space towards the opponent. It's a lot. And then trigger, which means they do the next card in their deck. If they do a square, they rush, attack for 4 with pierce. If we were an earth elemental, they would pierce for another 2. If they do a triangle, deal slow in range of 3. Slow means we can't move more than 1 space, which joke's on you, we can't move more than 1 space. And then blink away 4 from the opponent. And then they do a special ability on 2, which is a lot. Triggers every 2. Each opponent gains 3 magical damage for each tornado that is in range of 1. We may have made an error picking a Mistling that doesn't move much. To tame it, we need to scare it. Windraiser has 4 or less health, so we need to do 16 damage. Make the Windraiser witness his own power. Deal at least 1 damage to the Windraiser when all geysers are active. I better talk about geysers. There's a lot on this card. Place a geyser, that's these things. You can see them here. That's a geyser. Place a geyser on each of these spaces. When the Windraiser resolves its special ability, if there is at least 1 tornado adjacent to the geyser, place an earth symbol on it. Geysers with an earth symbol are considered active. When you end your turn in a space next to an active geyser, gain 1 power and 1 damage. You and an enemy cannot move into a space with a geyser. Probably bad news that we picked an elemental that doesn't move much, or a Mistling that doesn't move much. Let's quickly talk about us. 31 health, we only move 1 space. If we get 1 power, we can unleash. If you have 5 anger, deal 10 damage in range 2 and discard 1 anger. Anger are the little flaming tokens. If we have 6 power, flaming hug. Deal 3 magical damage and burn in range 1 and free burn in range 1. If you dealt any damage, gain 1 anger. And then our bonus action is Fury. If we have 5, we can do an attack. Our attacks are worth 4. We can also dash and move, as always. I think that's it. We've got quite a lot of random build cards because we are a Mistling with a subclass. So we've got the wind power there. We've got a few cards that benefit from that. I think not many. Or if we're fighting wind, we've got a few cards that help us. But we've also got a couple of wind cards in our deck. When you're building the deck, you can take your elemental cards. You can take some with your name on it, up to 6 with your Mistling's name on it. And you can take 2 from your subclass, which is what we've done. We've also got some upgraded cards in here. I'm going to be honest, I'm very concerned about the movement we've got. Let's just talk a little bit. We've got translucent figures, which mean nothing to anybody at this moment in time. We can't do anything with those. We have a treat. Doesn't help us in this, it's not in a test. We have a box of eventualities, it only works in a test. Then we have a crystallized haste. At the start of combat, gain 4 damage. Your dash bonus action costs 0 power during this combat. You can still only use it once a turn. If you have a light Mistling, your elemental bonus action costs 0. Not going to help us in this turn, I don't think. Right, let's shuffle our cards. Let's remember we can have a what are they called? A mulligan. And let's start. We have Airborne. This is one. I'm just going to zoom in for these. This is one of our wind cards. Move an opponent in any range by up to 3 spaces. This opponent gains slow. Next we have Sprint, move. Okay, we've got Blink, which is also a move. We've seen all of these before, so I won't show you them again. And we have Painful Confusion, which is a new one. This is look at his sad little face. Deal 3 damage and 2 burn in range 1. If it's a wind, gain 1 anger. Okay, pretty nice, but not really. And the problem is I don't want a mulligan because we've got so many moves and we're going to need to move. Okay, what is the Windraiser doing? Let's turn over this deck and have a little look. A triangle. The Windraiser is doing a triangle. You can see those over here. Okay, sorry, I appreciate when I point at something, you see my hand in about 7 different directions. But to the center of the screen, just to the right, is where you can see the enemy track. And you can also see where the special is. Okay, so a triangle is first. The triangle is deal slow in range of 3 and blink from the opponent. That's bad news. I mean, it is bad news, but at the same time, we weren't really planning on doing a huge amount. I can't get him away from us, so I think I'm going to do airborne, move an opponent in any range by up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Still going to be in range. We are going to take 3 of these, but I don't think slow really matters at this moment in time to us, because we're going to take that either way. There's our slow. Okay, sorry, there's our 3, and I think we're done. We'll move airborne up. We've got sprint at the top. We've got leap. Then we've got painful confusion. Next up, we have sincerity, which is another Lear specific card. This one is move. We've got all of our move cards have come out together. Gain 2 power. If it's in slot 3, we can trigger at the end of the opponent's turn. If you gained any damage, gain 1. That's the ongoing passive effect at the top of our discard pile. So there we go. Okay, what have we got going on then? What are we going to do? It's his turn, so the triangle comes out, and the triangle is, just before we do this, should we move? I think we can move 1. Do we need to? He's going to apply slow. We're going to be standing next to one of these things regardless. Let's hold on. Okay. So it's his go. He is going to deal slow in range of 3 and then blink 4. So I guess you're just going to blink here. Ultimately, it's 1 space away. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to blink you over here. And that's it, right? Deal slow and blink. Job done. Okay, that gets turned over. And we wait for the next card. Okay, what are we going to do? Not a lot. Not a lot. We can move some more. But I can only move 1 space. I think we're fine where we are. Okay, I'm going to prepare. I don't do this very often, but I'm going to prepare. I'm going to take this sprint card away and draw 1 card. I think these all get moved up. And let's just check that. I'm pretty sure the prepare action means all of them get moved up, but I don't do it often enough to remember. Is there a prepare over here? Nope. Is prepare over here? Nope. Where is prepare in this book? P. Power, no, can't find it. It's been so long since I prepared. I presume they all get moved up and we put it at the bottom. So none of those. I think I might just go with the idea that that goes at the bottom and then we move it up. I will just have a very quick look, see if I can see it. Prepare your misslings. Choose one of your misslings. No, that's not it. It's got the card, but it doesn't actually tell me. Passive effects, upgrades, range, move, attack, trigger, deal, slot, modifiers, player's turn using bonus actions. I think it was in the new starter thing. I can't see it in here. Can't see it there. Can't see it in any of these. I think it's not telling me because I should know the answer. I'm just going to quickly AI it, so bear with me. going to leave that doing a quick search. So we've used sprint. I'm sorry, we've prepared, we discarded sprint. And we'll just wait to see what the AI says. Do I want to... I do wonder, we're going to be moving first every turn. Prepare action allows you to spend 1 power to discard an action card from the chosen slot. After discarding cards, slide the remaining action cards to the right. Fill the empty slot. You may then draw a new action card and place it in the rightmost slot. Okay, so this goes here. It's regeneration. That doesn't help. It's even more movement. I've got nothing here. Okay, what's he doing? He's doing a circle, which is move 1 tornado to the closest thing. He's also then going to do his thing. So I'm going to use Painful Confusion. We're going to take 2 more power and put those there. Painful Confusion. Deal 3 damage in range. Sorry, and 2 burn in range 1. There's no one here. If it's a wind thingy, gain an anger. We'll gain one of those and put that there. I'll put it over here actually. Hopefully you can still see that. Perfect. So we're trying to get 5 of these. At the end of the opponent's turn, if you gained any damage, gain 1 anger. So we're putting that on top of our discard pile. We can move these 2 up. We can do this. I'm a little bit annoyed that all of our all of our move actions seem to have arrived at the same time. Okay. So this is a slow start. We're going to move this up. I could do a move action. Do I want to? I don't think so. And we'll turn this over here. So next up is a circle, which is move 1 tornado that is closest to the opponent. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move this one up. Closest to the opponent, but not in range 1. That one's obviously in range 1. By 1 space towards the opponent, and then trigger. So the first thing that happens is this action. This action is each opponent gains 3 for each tornado within range 1 of them. There is 1, so we're going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And then, because it's done its special action, the Geyser triggers, which is when the Windraiser resolves its special ability, at least 1 tornado is adjacent to the Geyser, place 1 Earth icon on it. We'll put it on top there. And then geysers are considered active. When you end your turn in the space adjacent to an active geyser, gain 1 power and 1 damage. We haven't ended our turn yet. These go away. And now it's going to do its square action, which is rush. And it moves 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on. At the end of the opponent's turn, it's not his turn yet. Rush is going to attack for 4. It's going to attack for 6. Holy crap. Okay. It's doing 6 damage to me. And I have no way of stopping this. At all. Oh my god. Okay, it's doing 6 damage to me. And I think the blink goes away, right? That was the start of last turn. That wasn't the last card he used, it was the one before. Yeah, so the blink goes away after my turn. Sorry, the slow. It's now doing 4 damage plus 2. So it's doing 6 damage, and there is sod all I can do to stop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that was really painful, mate. What do you think you're doing? This goes here. End of its go. Okay, so we need to be over here next to this, which is fine, because we need to try and activate this geyser, but we also need to do some damn damage to him. What's he doing next? A triangle. Deal slow in range of 3 and blink away. But then he's also going to do his special, which is if there's any tornadoes next to me, which there won't be. I don't think. Okay, I'm going to do move, I think. I'm not sure this makes any... No, it's a net gain of 1. I'm going to do move, which is in slot 3. And move allows me to move. Sorry, I'm going to do sincerity. Allows me to move. I'm going to move here. Doesn't really matter where I move. I'm going to gain 2 for moving. I'm also going to gain 2 for triggering or picking this card. And if it's in slot 3, I get to trigger. And I'm going to trigger blink. And I'm going to blink over here. Okay. So the trigger goes here, this goes here, right? Now, special abilities. So if I had 6, which I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I can do 3 damage and 3 burn and gain an anger. I've got 5, I could do an attack, which is 4 straight damage. So I think it makes sense for me to do the flaming hug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Which gets me 3 burn on him. Here. Gets 3 damage on it. Let's just make sure that's right. Does flaming hug. Deal 3 damage. 1, 2, and 3. And I put 3 burn on him. And that's it for my go, right? I gain 1 anger. Because we did damage by doing it. Okay, we're up to 2. Perfect. So this comes over here, and we've got 6 damage on them that they're not going to be able to stop. Okay, we've turned over our next 2 cards. It's their go. They are going to move... No, they're doing a triangle. So they are going to deal slow in range of 3, so we get slow again. And they're going to blink 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then they're going to do their special action, which is each opponent gains 3 damage for each tornado within range of 1. There are none, thankfully. So that's the end of their go. At the end of their go, they go down to 2 burn. And they take 1 more damage. So they're up to 4. Nice. Okay, so we have to clear up these. It helps if I put these in one pile that was the right way around. We clear up these. And then next it's going to do a circle, which is move a tornado. Okay, what do we want to do? I think the answer is fairly straightforward for us. We could regenerate, which would be really nice. They are going to move a tornado to the closest to the opponent, not in range 1. And then trigger, so they're going to take another action, which is also going to get to do their special thingy. And their next action could be run and hit us, so could be really rough, this. However, I don't want to move here because I need this to move there, so I need to take the damage. Right, let's do... Okay, I'm going to do Volcanic Surge, which gets me 2 of these. And that is going to say choose a space with either this symbol or this symbol on it. Deal 2 burn to each missling in range of 1 from that space. So we're going to go up to 4 of these. And then we discard this card. I've got 4 power, which isn't enough for me to do anything useful. I could move. I don't think I want to move. I'm going to stand here and take whatever's coming to me. Okay, so he's doing a circle, so he's going to move 1 tornado. He's going to put this card here because he's actually going to trigger, which means he's doing another circle. Place 1 tornado. Oh no. Oh, this is really bad. Place 1 tornado next to me. And trigger again. So the first thing, oh man, he does his special, which each opponent gains 3 for each tornado within range. I'm going to get 6 damage. Okay, let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to be up to 15. So we'll put a 10 over here. and we'll leave 5 over here. Ouch. That really hurt me. Okay, so that's that. What does happen is the geyser triggers. That's the end of that, so that goes there, and then he does a square. Square is rush, which is move 3, 1, 2, 3, phew, and then attack for 4, for 6. Thankfully we're not next to him. He does take, or she does take 1 burn damage, so there we go, there's another one there. So we've got 5 damage on them. We still need to do another, what, 11 is it? Yeah, we need to get them down to 4. Okay, well this is rough. But now we just need to start hitting them, right? Now we really need to start hitting them. Square is what? They're gonna rush us again and hit us again. I can't get out of the way of it, so I'm just gonna have to take it. I could heal for 2. We've got some health, so let's use one of these to move. The slow goes away. Let's use... So they're going to trigger its special action again, right? Which is not really what we want. It is only going to be, well, another 3 damage plus the 6 that it's about to do to us. That's another 9 damage. Holy crap, we might die. Okay, I guess we're going to do this one, strike. We're going to take one of these, gain 1. We're going to attack, so we're going to hit them for 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. We gain 1 of these, but we also gain 2 more for doing that. Okay, so that goes over there. We can move this one up, and we'll turn over that one next turn. And then I've got 5, 6. I could do another flaming hug, which would deal 3 damage and 3 more burn. The problem is, let me just make sure I'm reading burn correctly. I think it's they take 1. Before burn is discarded at the end of the turn, gain 1 damage for each burn. I'm an idiot. So does burn disappear entirely at the end of a turn? Before burn is discarded at the end of each turn, gain 1 damage for each burn. So I get rid of it entirely, right? Okay, well we've been missing out on that damage. But I think I've been, in previous turns, I've not been doing it properly. I thought it ticked down by 1. But essentially, at the end of the turn, it takes 3 more damage, right? We should have done it last turn, so we'll do it this turn. So 3 more is, that gets us up to 10, right? So we need 2 left, and is this right? So how many have I got in my hand? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we got there eventually, sorry. I was having a moment. But this comes off, right? That's what we're saying, and that's the way it should have been. Okay, well that's interesting. We learn something new every day. With that being the case, let's use all 6 of these. I'm going to get hit so hard. Let's use all 6 of these to do a flaming hug. We deal 3 damage, so 1, 2, and 3. So let's tuck this down here. 1, 2, and 3. So you're up to 15. We just need 1 more, right? And we put 3 burn on them, which means after their turn we're going to have finished. So not horrendous, but we are about to take an absolute kicking. Okay, and we've got to let them do 1 damage to us. We might not be able to take that 1 damage. Right, okay, so that's me done. It's their turn. So this turns over. This slides up here. We're going to get a fatigue. They are going to rush. They don't need to. They're going to attack for 6. So we take another 6 damage, which puts us on 22. Is that right? I think that's right. Okay. I think I got that right. If not, I apologise. My brain isn't clever enough to work it out. Right, so we take that damage, and then they do their special, which is each opponent gains 3 damage for each tornado within range of 1. So we take another 3 damage. Okay, what's that? We're on 25. Oh my god. But then they take, hold on, are we where we need to? No, we're not. Then they take 3 damage, so, because it's the end of their turn. 1, 2, and 3. So we have now completed this one. This comes over here, this goes over here, and we have to take a fatigue card. And that goes on the top of our deck over here. Now, the problem I've got is I need them to do some damage to us, but I don't want to be too much damage. Oh, it's going to be too much damage. It's going to rush and hit us for 6 again. So 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's going to be enough to kill us. Okay, well, we've got no choice. We've got to use regeneration, which is slot 3. It's not, so we can't move, but we can heal 2. Oh my lord. Okay, so that goes in there. This goes over here. We get 3 of these. Not that we're going to do anything with them. This slides up, and we get a new card, which is Stormborn Veil. Okay, that's me done. This was taken last turn, so we don't need to worry about that. And now it's their turn. They are doing a square, which is rush, attack for 4, plus 2, so attack for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 19, 29 hit points we are on. However, the Windraiser did witness his own power by dealing 1 damage when all of the geysers are active, and has been taken down to 14 or less than 14 health. We've done 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we almost killed it. We survived by the absolute skin of our teeth. That was a rough one, I'm not going to lie. That was a really, really rough one. Let's just find the app here, and then we'll get the next plane. Start the combat. We've done that. Hold on a sec. Oh, we need to go to the...
You follow the forest path.
Stop. We need to go to the Windraiser card, right? At the end of combat, Tame, go to script D24.
The Windraiser looks around, a little startled by the damage it has done, but then it fixes its look on you. It seems to be intrigued by the bond you have created with your creature, and doesn't move back when you approach it slowly. It's a promising beginning. Suddenly, it dawns on you why the town Windraisers have no such power. This one here has suddenly understood its might, which filled it with crippling fear.
Each Mistling that took part in the combat heals up to half, rounded down, of their thing. So we need 15 of these, right? Is that, no, 16 of these, I think. These can go away. We took an absolute beating. Okay. These can go away. Okay, they can go away as well. Add card 173B to the Mistling Encyclopedia. Place cards 171 from your play area, 175 and 176 with Windraiser action cards behind the party divider. Okay, oh yeah, so we had already in our... I'm looking for it. Okay, I've got to get the encyclopedia, 1 second. We had in our encyclopedia, we already had the Windraiser in here. These boosters, they're a bit of a pain. I don't know what to do with them. I just keep moving them round. Okay, we already had a Windraiser card. Let me find it, and I'll show you this on the map. Here we go. Because we fought the Windraiser earlier. That's not the one. That might be the one. We'll show you on this one. So we already had the Windraiser card, so we get to tuck this in. Let's just read it. Let me tell you about the Windraiser. Windraisers are easily scared by loud noises. Probably we could have heard the Lear's screams and been scared. And the effects of their own attacks. Windraisers could be one of the most powerful air creatures, if not for their biggest enemy, fear. Only the best tamers can train them so that a Windraiser can reach its full potential. Okay, so that goes in there. Perfect. What was next? So we place cards 171 from your play area, 175 and 176, and the 6 action cards in the party. So we can do that. Here we go. So we've got these. We need, and what do we put behind place card 172 behind the remove divider? So we've got the frightened Windraiser. You can still stay behind the thing, I think. I maybe should have removed you, I'm not sure. I don't suppose it matters too much. Okay, this goes over here. So we're putting in 171, 175, 176. So Combat Quest, the Windraiser is still frightened of its abilities. When it understands that it may use them to protect you and itself, it will grow. Win or tame the enemy before your opponent uses their special ability. When you fulfill this quest, flip the card. And then we've got our air cards here and all of those things. So this can go over here in our party. There we go. And what's next? Clear the arena and go to script D4. Well, I think this is probably as good a place as any to wrap up, I think. I don't know how long we've been going. I'll figure that out. If we haven't been going too long, we'll come back and we'll do some more. If we've been going long enough for an episode, we'll wrap up here and we'll go to script D4 next time once we're cleared up. So it might be goodbye. If not, I'll see you in a second.